Hi, my name is Kate. I'm also known as Two Little Kits. Welcome to my FlossTube. I don't think it's going to be a very long one today because I have been focusing on something that I'm very excited about that I will explain in a bit, so let's get started. So I'm going to dive right into things that I have been working on in the last 2 weeks. So stitchy works in progress as well as digital works in progress. The first thing is an upcoming pattern that I've been sort of slowly working on. I'm pretty sure I shared it last FlossTube. As a tangent, I kept double checking this week that I hadn't missed making the FlossTube because it feels like it's been more than 2 weeks since I did the last FlossTube. It's just time, I don't know, has gone slow, but not slow. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so I don't know if I've shared this or not, but this is a piece that's coming. It's going to be called Old Days, and I've finished the border, and all I've got to do now is just the wording inside it, which, yeah, is started. I was worried a little bit when I started test stitching this that I had chosen the wrong the wrong fabric color, but I really like how it's come out. This would still look great on white if anyone was to buy it when it's released and stitch it on white. The colors would pop a lot more. But I don't hate this. I think it's quite nice. And I'm doing this on 18 count because this is going to be a pattern that will work on 14 count, but its ideal is going to be 18 count. I do have one other pattern that's like that. It's an old pattern of mine called Nasty Women, or Woman. It's been a while since I paid that much attention to it, basically. But yeah, this one's coming along nicely. It's cute. I think people will like it. And here's the back. So yeah, that one, as another tangent, I didn't release a new pattern or product or anything like that this past Monday because I've been so focused on this thing that I'm now, I guess, teasing about. I have been pouring all of my focus, well, majority of my focus into this new thing that's coming. I gave myself permission to take a week off, especially after the latest thing that I released was an embroidery pattern, so it was a lot more in depth, required a lot more work for me to actually produce it and release it. So yeah, I gave myself permission to take a fortnight off releasing something, but this one should be next. That'll be exciting. The other thing that I've been working on with stitching is the, what's it called? The Farming Magic Stitch Along. I forgot the word farming. So this is part 2. Part 2? No, part 3. We're in March. Oh my gosh, we're in March. So this is part 3. You can see like a little bit of part 1 and 2 in the corner there. I'll actually take this out of the thing and show you properly, but it's easier to hold it for just the part. So this is actually pretty close to being done. I feel like this part 3 has been a lot easier, a lot quicker to do. I've only got maybe 4 colors left to go. As you might be able to tell, like there are bits that are missing. So there's one of the browns missing in the fence. There's, you know, like a purple missing here. Obviously there's a lot of purple missing here. I'm working on this reddy pink color and that'll fill out all of the wishing well roof. But there's, and the fairy's missing its wing bits, and white is going to be last because it's last on her list of colors. So there are obviously missing bits and pieces, but, oh, and there's this cute little bird that's going to come as well. There's a little blue bird that's the same color as the missing bits in the watering can. Yeah, so it's almost done, which is a bit sad, because then I gotta wait again, and it's what, the 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day, if that's a thing you celebrate, because that's today, because I'm recording it on Friday. Anyway, so I've just done something funny to my hair. There we go. This is still really cute. Still so glad that I'm doing this on 18 count. Yeah. If you're not doing this stitch along, you should. So I'll take this out of the Q-snap and I'll show you the whole thing. I'm gonna regret having done this. The heater's starting up again. Apologies for the sound quality now. Where are we? There we go. So we're almost all the way across the bottom. Oh, if I hold it back here, you can see the whole piece of fabric. Just a reminder, if you aren't doing this stitch along, this is an 8-part stitch along. We're almost halfway, I guess. That's a bit sad. I haven't actually taken it out since I set it up to start stitching part 3, so I'm just admiring for a second. Yeah, my stitchy works in progress. I do have one digital work in progress. I have another pattern that I need to, a commission pattern that I need to do as well, but this one that I will overlay, this is an auction that I participated in. It was a silent auction. I have no idea how much money I raised, but I am like super psyched to be stitching this family and their awesome coordinating outfits. I am almost done with the design itself. I'm hoping to get it done tonight and send it off to the winner, I guess. It's my customer, but you know, the winner of the auction itself. I'm allowing the one design review that I always do for all my paying customers. So yeah, she gets a chance to say, that's not right. Like, the big thing is that I point out is the spelling of your surname correct? So that, yeah, should be all fine. I'm hoping to get started stitching on that before this FlossTube gets released, basically. And then yeah, I've got another pattern that I need to design up and get sent across to a paying customer of mine. So that's exciting. I do have other cross-stitch patterns in the works for release, the patterns, I mean. I do need to get cracking on that though, because I do have 3 test stitches and I want to utilize them, so yes. Anyway, let's move on to haul that I got. The friend of mine who makes stitchy project pouches, she is no longer really promoting them that much, but she does still list them. So I did mention on, I think, FlossTube about 2 FlossTubes ago, that I was thinking about seeing if she still made them, because I was hoping to get some more bigger project bags, and she did. And she actually then went on holiday just as I ordered. So I only just got these a couple of days ago and I'm very excited. So I got this huge one. Yeah, I really like this one. The fabric pattern's very cute. It's covered in little embroidery hoops with a little pull tag. My daughter was like, why is this on the bags that you use? I'm like, so that you can open them better. So I got a big one. This will fit like my stitch along and the big project. I'm probably gonna move my stitch along into this one just because it's different. But I will move the Haunted Library project that I have into a big one, because right now it's in a smaller one and it's a bit packed. I'll show you. It's a bit overstuffed. I want to pick that up again soon. I don't know. I'm still kind of mad that it's on 14 count, I'll be honest. Anyway, so I got that big one. I got this one, which will fit a bigger embroidery hoop in it. So this is the same size as the one I just showed you with the baby Yodas on it. So this one will hold like a 7-inch hoop, which will be good. And just because she was very apologetic that it got delayed, and I was like, it's fine, it doesn't matter. She made me a 3rd one, which is so cool of her. So this is a different style one, which opens out this way. And I have no idea what I'll use this one for, because I was not planning on getting another one, like a 3rd one. But this one may end up being like something that I put in my purse, basically. So to organize my bag, because my bag's a mess. But anyway, I think that's very cool, and that was very nice of her, and I thanked her profusely. So yeah, I'm excited, and that is probably going to have to be all of the project bags that I get, because if I continue to get more, it's just going to encourage me to have so many works in progress. Because I mean, I've already got, I have 3 other project bags on my desk that I can see with stuff in them that I haven't touched. So that's why I'm not sharing anything from them. And then, like, I've got one there, and then I've got 2 hanging up here and 1 in there, and then I've got more under my desk, and oh my gosh, I literally have one inside of another one because the one inside is holding the floss. I have a lot. So the exciting news, the thing that I've been working on that has been taking up all of my attention, most of my attention, obviously I'm still parenting, is I am finally making the move with my website to Shopify. I did a lot of research, a lot of soul searching, a lot of just toughen up kind of trains of thought, because I knew going into, or even before going into it, that it would be a massive, massive project, because not only is it importing all of my products into Shopify, but I am moving my entire website from what it is now, which is, if you're curious and you are a designer and a developer, my current website is built using Jekyll, and the e-commerce part is using Gumroad, and I upload everything manually to my husband's AWS server. So nothing is automatic. Everything is manual and requires me to like rebuild the whole website when I make one small change. Basically, I have to do my own image reduction and image resizing manually. I have to do all of the Gumroad backend and then connect it to my code. It was great. Like, it was perfect for what I needed when I started, but it's now been 5 years since I started Two Little Kits, or just about 5 years. That reminds me, one sec. I want to do some kind of celebration thing for Two Little Kits, because it was April 1st. That was accidental. April 1st is my Two Little Kits birthday, so I want to make sure that I do something. So I just wrote myself a note. Anyway, yeah, so 5 years ago, all of that was great, and it worked for what I needed, and it was easy to maintain. It was easy to update and change and all of that. But I now have, I don't even know how many patterns I have. Just cross-stitch patterns alone, not my decor, not my fonts, not my samplers, just the cross-stitch patterns alone. I have 58 of them. And then I've got, yeah, the embroidery, I've got fonts, I've got samplers, I've got stuff. And I have outgrown my website, basically. It's a process. I'm expecting that by next FlossTube, it'll be done. My aim is to, now that I'm realizing it's a great timing aim, my aim was to get it ready by April. So fingers crossed for me, please, because there's a lot. The biggest part is actually bringing over all of my blog posts, because I can't use an import system that you would use if you had a website that was like on WordPress or something, because it's not. It's all hand coded. So it's taking a long time, but it'll be worth it. I keep reminding myself that it'll be worth it. And I really, really hope that you guys agree, because it's even just buying 2 patterns at once. People don't know how to do that the way that my website is set up now. With this change, it's going to make things, yeah, so much better, so much more user-friendly. I hope. So that's the big news that I have that's happening with Two Little Kits. And once it's done, it's going to be so much easier to maintain everything and release new things. So yeah, I hope you're excited. You're probably not going to be as excited as I am necessarily, but that's okay. If you are, cool. So moving on to IRL stuff. As you will have seen in the thumbnail, I got my orange belt. Finally, I missed 2 cycles with martial arts thanks to my foot. I should be a blue belt if I hadn't have missed any of the cycles, but that's okay. I am now officially an orange belt. My daughter, my youngest, she belt tested this week as well. She's now a blue belt and I'm kind of jealous, and the blue belt looks really much nicer than this. I'm not a fan of orange. Yeah, she's excited. I'm excited for her, and I'm not going to be able to help her now, which kind of sucks because we were doing all the same form and stuff before, and now she's a higher rank that will be doing something different. But anyway, I'm so glad I got it done. I had my belt test last night. There was so many people testing. I forgot how big they were because the last belt test I had was a private lesson with 2 other people. So it was completely different from the regular belt testing. But it was a lot of fun, and it was really nice to belt test with the friends that I have there. So yeah, I'm glad. Looking at my notes. So it hasn't happened for me right this second at recording, but tomorrow we are getting a new cat. We have been thinking about this for a long time. We're going through a breeder again, but it's a cat this time. We're getting a ragdoll cat. We're getting a boy, and his name is going to be Noodle, which I'm like, okay about, but my family have been referring to him as Noodle for a week now, so that's pretty much what we're going to be calling him. And yeah, so we're all very excited, and he is super cute. He's like the biggest in his litter. We're not sure how Zoe's going to react, but we're hoping that Milo is just going to be, apart from the initial anger, once everything's calmed down a bit, we're hoping that he's going to be so stoked to have a playmate because he wants to play with Zoe, and Zoe's just like the youngest, oldest, grumpy cat you would ever meet. And she's, I call her a bird and Milo a dog because she's flighty and scares easily and chirps, and Milo is very dog-like. So it should be interesting, and you'll probably see a lot of stories on my Instagram about his shenanigans and his adorableness. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, you should go and do that so that you can see cat stuff. The other thing that happened this fortnight was on the day that I released my last FlossTube, actually, I went and had my yearly wellness appointment, and was it was suggested to me that I get a flu shot. I'm like, yep, that's cool. I meant to get it done months ago, so I got that done. And then they've so the nurse did that. The doctor's come in and she's like, oh, you haven't had the latest booster for COVID. Would you like to get that done? I'm like, I just had a flu shot. Is that a good idea? And so she asked me like how I've reacted to flu shots in the past and how I reacted to the 2 COVID shots and then the booster that I've had. And I'm like, all I've ever had is just a sore arm from anything. So she's like, oh, you should be fine then. No, I was not fine. That night, so it would have been about 10 hours after the shots, I felt horrible. The next day I woke up and I felt like death. Like I skipped martial arts that night because I could feel, and plus I had the screw removed, which I mentioned in the last FlossTube, the latest screw removed from my foot the couple of days before. So I didn't go to martial arts that Monday night, and I'm so glad I didn't. But Tuesday I had to cancel my therapy. I also had a fluoroscopy appointment on Tuesday, so I had to fast. Tuesday was just an awful day, and I slept for about 2 hours in the middle of the day, and that helped. But so I felt better by about Thursday. But PSA, don't get a flu shot and a COVID booster at the same time. Do them one at a time. Yeah, that was nasty. I'm glad that I'm feeling better because it was only, yeah, the Tuesday was the hardest day. Wednesday was a lot better, but it was still really tough. So thankfully it was so much shorter than if I'd gotten the flu or if I'd gotten COVID, but it was bad. Don't do what I did. Anyway, I have to go and pick up my kids from school. So I don't know anything else that's happened in the last week. I haven't got any more works in progress. I didn't get any finished pieces done again, but yeah, you all know why now because I've been working on my website update, which I'm super excited about. And yeah, it's only the 17th, so I'm like confident that I will be able to get it done before April. And I guess that means before the next FlossTube. Yeah, because next FlossTube recording should be on the 31st of March. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my current website before it changes. Give me a follow over on Instagram. And until next time, I'll see you around the internet. Bye.